But they're going to turn it on.
My first drawing was of street lights.
This is the beginning of the film, and it lasts exactly 11 minutes.
This autobiography consists of information about my hearing and eyesight playing tricks on me.
I didn't talk until I was 3.5 years old.
I knew I was different. I knew I came across as different.
Let's start with what happened in preschool times. At that time, I used to hate small shops because my eyesight used to make them look as if they were even smaller than they actually were, and they looked only a metre in area.
When I was 6 years old, I was fascinated by numbers. I used to teach myself to count. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One or two times I counted up to 1,000. It took me hours. 18, 19, 20, 157, 158, 159, 160, 161, 162, 163.
Once, I was at a mother and baby club. I didn't like it because of all the people talking, and it sounded like thunder. That was the same reason why I didn't like going to town in the early days. All the noise was terrible. I did not get on very well at nursery school. On bright days, my sight blurred. Sometimes when other kids spoke to me, I could scarcely hear them, and sometimes they sounded like bullets. I thought I was going to go deaf.
The other kids wouldn't let me join in their games, even when I wanted to, because they thought I was mad. Because I was tensed up and had a way of flapping my hands, and I came across as being different. And kids don't like kids that are different.
I was often lazy at school because sometimes my ears distorted the teacher's instructions, or my eyes blurred to stop me seeing the blackboard properly. I was sometimes able to hear a word or two at the start and understand it, and then the next lot of words sort of merged into one another, and I could not make head or tail of it. I can now recall that one could sometimes refer to me vision and hearing as being like an untuned television.
300, 301, 302, 303, 304, 305, 306, 307, 308, 309, 310.
As a child, I wanted to feel the comfort of being held. I craved tender touching. At the same time, I withdrew from touch. Being hugged was like being swallowed by a tidal wave.
When I was 16, I couldn't look somebody in the eye. I always focused on a point about 45 degrees away from their eyes.
I cannot follow the rhythmic give and take of conversation. People have told me that I often interrupt, and I still have difficulty determining where the pauses are.
When somebody points something out to me that I find interesting, I always have trouble finding it. It's especially when I think it might be interesting. I could see something really boring straight away.
I was intensely preoccupied with the movement of the spinning coin or lid, and I saw nothing and heard nothing. I did it because it shut out sound that hurt my ears. No sound intruded on my fixation. It was like being deaf. Even a sudden noise didn't startle me out of my world.
My Uncle Mick gave me that shell tin. I used to carry it around with me. The oil that was in that shell tin, he put it in his old Anglia car. And I used to like that tin because I used to like the shell signs at the garage when shell was written on the shell. It was my shell tin. I used to be a bit upset when I left that behind because I was fascinated by it. 670, 671, 672, 673.
I always used to be obsessed with time and punctuality. I always had to go to bed at 8 o'clock, not a second after, otherwise I'd have a tantrum.
Why are the streetlights going on?
Because it's getting dark.
The streetlights are going on now, aren't they?
Yes, it's getting
As a young child, I'd ask the same question over and over again.
Why are the streetlights going on?
I did this because it was pleasurable to hear the answer.
Why are the streetlights going on?
Because it's getting dark.
If a particular topic intrigued me, I zeroed in on that subject and talked it into the ground.
Streetlights are going on now, aren't they?
Sometimes I heard and understood,
Because it's getting
but other
dark.
times,
Yes, it's getting
the
dark.
sound of speech reached my brain like the unbearable noise of an onrushing
735, 736, 737, 738, 739, 740.
I like trains because they are interesting. My first product was a 37 with RMC Roadstone trucks. The 37 is the best of my animation sequences. The 47 is my second to best. This scene is a cab ride of an imaginary branch line, passing another train in a station and yet another train on the level crossing beyond it, rushing along a main line and alongside a lake. And I've done a road scene as well. But eventually this leads nowhere. This was done at Worksop. A 37 with a sand train and a passing sprinter.
86, 987, 988, 989, 990. 992, 993, 994, 995, 996, 997, 998, 999,000.
This is the end of the film.
Yeah, I used to like watching Channel 4 because it was a new channel. I just didn't want to miss anything on it. I used to let Mum have Coronation Street on like that. But now, look back, I think how silly I was. If a new channel started now, I wouldn't be like that. I just look at what's on. I think if I think there's nothing on tonight, then I'll watch the other 4 channels.